Hello and welcome to the inaugural episode of The Turn. My name is James Buffin, and in this episode we are going to look at the phenomenon of loss for survivors of child sex abuse and what that means in terms of comprehension of what that loss is over time and how it can be resolved and how it can be integrated into the healing process. So thank you very much for joining us on this inaugural episode.
There are so many people, about 80% of the people around the world have something called faith, and they believe in something that they can't see. And yet everybody understands that it's there somehow, it's a spirit or it's a God. And yet when people are violated and they have trauma that's not a cut off limb, then we question, how can there be a loss? Because we can't see it.
When we're in our own experience, it's very difficult to articulate what's wrong with it, or if it even is wrong, because it's our experience, it's how we go in life. And as a child that's been abused, that's normal life for that child from there on in.
The loss of identity, the loss of self-value, and the loss of self-worth, and the quality of that. And when that gets off track, I think that's when survivor mode sets in. Like, I can do it on my own. I don't need anybody. I don't trust anybody. So the vulnerability, I guess, gets shut down in order to protect yourself.
So for that person as an adult to say, my life has gone awry, is a difficult thing, because what do you compare it to? You compare it to the life that should have been, that's never been known. So it's difficult until the shift happens and that person gets back on a path more aligned with their inner spirit, more aligned with their creativity. It's like, oh, I can see how far off I was. But I didn't know that before I realized that my voice was trapped in it, and I had to bring it out to realign with my life.
So you tend to lose out, I think, in the quality of connection, authentic vulnerability. I think that all of that was a sense of loss in a certain stage and area. And it actually just it's when I went through the healing process of it, to get to the authentic quality of self-worth and self-value and identity has just been recent.
Even if we look at it in our terms of our health and wellness, oftentimes we just go along, our body's feeling the same way, and then we do something that shifts our health. We start to exercise, we eat a little bit better, we do something like that. All of a sudden we realize how badly we felt before when we start to feel better.
That's the best way I can describe it. I think it's just when you finally get to the purpose of your life and how valuable you actually are, and your sense of identity and worth, it's beautiful. It's more grounding, it's more confident, it's lift up, it's freedom, and it just, but it's a long time coming when you're affected by this, for sure.
Thank you very much for joining us in this inaugural episode of The Turn, and for considering some of the things that survivors of child sex abuse go through in their comprehending and coming to terms with an incomprehensible loss, really. And I encourage you to come back and view the next episode, which is going to be on the theme of struggle. So thank you again, and goodbye for now.